Nathan Zegura, Browns radio analyst. What to expect from training camp this year?
I think you look at the Browns, and I think, Kevin Stefanski would be the first to tell you a lot of the things that they did last year in terms of how they used the time. Obviously, there wasn't the quarterback competition, number one, but number two, was a focus on player health. And then they had one of the most oft-injured seasons in the NFL. So I think that it's difficult to have success in any regard as it relates to injury. So he said, you know what? I think we're going to have longer practices. I think we're going to have more physical practices. I think you are going to see a different kind of training camp from the Cleveland Browns, not just because of the quarterback situation, but also because, you've got to come out ready to play AFC North football, Bengals, Ravens right out of the gate, and then the NFC North, Packers, Lions, Vikings, and then Steelers. I mean, your first 6 games are against teams that all won 10 or more games a year ago. And so you've got to be ready to go immediately. And so I think we're going to see a ratcheted up intensity. You've got to bring it in the AFC North. It's a physical brand of football, and the Browns, I think, are going to try to do that. Now, of course, that comes with some injury risk, but as I pointed out before, when they were trying to really have an eye towards minimizing those things, they were bitten by the injury bug anyway. So I think they're going to try to get this team hardened, get this team calloused, get this team ready, and then, as you pointed out, get as many reps in as possible so that you can really evaluate these quarterbacks. And when you're ready to make a starter, have a large amount of information that tells you, yeah, this is the direction we're going.
Mary Kay, do you expect this to be more physical, higher intensity, higher paced training camp?
Yeah, I mean, I wrote about that during OTAs and mini camp. That was definitely a point of emphasis for this season. Players have talked about it. Every single one of the coaches have talked about it. That they needed to ramp it up. That they needed to be tougher in every single way. So that is exactly what we've seen so far. And it is a different philosophy, but the Browns have completely overhauled their wellness staff, basically, and they're monitoring things, but they are going to run a tougher, more physical, faster-paced camp, and they hope that that translates into a better season.
What are a couple of things you're paying attention to early in camp that you think are important?
Well, aside from the quarterback competition, which of course all eyes will be on that, there are a few other things to watch during this camp. And one of those is the sort of the third wide receiver position. I think that's a good battle to watch. I want to see what Deontay Johnson's going to do. You've got Jamari Thrash vying for time. He had a really nice spring. You have Mike Woods that's trying to remain relevant and get some playing time. So that's one interesting battle to watch. And then, of course, the defensive end spot opposite Myles Garrett, that's going to be another good competition with Alex Wright and Isaiah McGuire and Joe Tryon Shoyinka. So that's going to be a nice battle to watch there. And they really need someone to step up and get at least close to double-digit sacks this year besides Myles Garrett. And then, of course, defensive back, that's always a very interesting position to see who's doing what, who's playing nickel, who's playing backup nickel. So I'm curious to see who some of those sort of back tier defensive backs are going to be, because we know who the starters are going to be for sure. And then, linebacker is interesting this year without Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah in there. We know that Carson Wentz will be in there. I'm sorry, Carson Wentz. We know that Carson Schlesinger will be in there. That would be a note. Carson Schlesinger will be in there, probably starting. I mean, they're very, very excited about their number 33 overall pick. And then you still have Jordan Hicks. You've got Jerome Baker, you've got Diabate, you've got Nathaniel Watson, and so that's also a place to watch.
Who are you most anxious to see in pads? Once they put the pads on, what do you think your eyes will be drawn to and your attention will be drawn to?
Well, I think that Mason Graham, the number 5 overall pick, almost gets a little short shrift because of the four-way quarterback competition. In a non-quarterback year, if there were no quarterback news and we knew who the starter was, then I think we would be talking more about the number 5 overall pick in the draft and how defensive tackle has become more of a premium position, and what's he going to do inside with Mike Hall, and how is he going to help Myles Garrett do his job even better. But there hasn't been as much focus on Mason Graham because of the QB competition. So I think that when you talk about the pads coming on, I'm looking forward to watching him.